promoting election participation or intimidating voters? It's a question many are asking after a letter was sent to many in the Baltimore area. Now, that mailer, it shows if the person voted in the past 4 elections and information about their neighbors' voting history as well.
11 News Investigates reporter Tolly Taylor joins us now live. And Tolly, several viewers have actually reached out to you about this.
Yeah, they feel like this information should not be publicly accessible. And one woman says she thinks it's a voter intimidation tactic. But the CEO of the nonprofit that sent them says these voting records are public info and these mailers are very effective.
You have to really read this stuff.
On Wednesday, Dorothy O'Bannon received this letter in the mail urging her to vote and detailing whether she voted in 2016, 2018, 2020, and 2022 elections.
I was so upset yesterday. I was on social media cussing and fussing. My vote is like, that's more important than my money.
The letter also shows whether 2 of her neighbors voted in those 4 elections. It says that although names and addresses are withheld, these are their true voting records. The line O'Bannon really doesn't like: "We will be reviewing these records after the election to determine whether or not you joined your neighbors in voting."
I'm disturbed by this. This is an intimidation tactic.
Another problem O'Bannon has with the letter: it mistakenly said she didn't vote in 2020 or 2022.
I've voted every general election since I was 18 years old.
As the president of the Langston Hughes Community Association, O'Bannon says she's heard from dozens of neighbors who have also received the mailer. O'Bannon's daughter had this advice.
And she said, "Ma, I think you need to take this to the news if it's out in the neighborhood, you know, because it can be used as a manipulation tactic."
O'Bannon worries if her voting history is wrong on the letter, who else was sent incorrect info, and what effect might that have? 11 News Investigates interviewed the president of the Center for Voter Information, which sent the mailer. He described the nonprofit's work as
high-volume direct mail and digital outreach to register people to vote, to help people sign up to vote by mail, and to turn people out to vote.
We shared what O'Bannon and others told us. They feel that that's sort of intimidating, an intimidation tactic. What's your response to that?
I can understand that the language might be off-putting, and in fact, the most important thing anybody could do if they feel that way is to recycle the letter and then go and vote.
When asked about the mistake with O'Bannon's voting history, Tom Lopak says they purchased Maryland's voter registration data, which costs $125 for the whole state, and says it is typically very accurate. Could this mailer be equally effective without the line, "We will be reviewing these records after the election to determine whether or not you joined your neighbors in voting"?
We have tested a number of different versions of this type of approach, some softer language, and cycle after cycle, we have found that this is the single most effective letter that we can send to increase voter turnout.
Now, we've reached out to the DOJ, the FBI, and the State Board of Elections to ask about the legality of this mailer and are waiting to hear back. Tom Lopak says he's confident everything his nonprofit is doing is legal. For 11 News Investigates, I'm Tolly Taylor.